Blessings, everyone, and welcome to Body Rhythms. Today is absolutely gorgeous out here. I do believe that the universe is conspiring with me to present these gorgeous segments like this by providing me with, such beautiful days. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's about 76 degrees out here, and it's been amazing. So, today's topic, leaky gut syndrome. Yes, what is leaky gut? And where do I get these topics from, right? This topic was actually a suggested topic. Thank you, Valerie. And it's one that I think is going to resonate with a lot of people. I'm just going to go through quickly because it's a lot. It can be a lot, but it's like this loop. It's a terrible loop, but it's not one that we can't get out of. So I'm not a medical professional, and so I encourage you to do your research for yourself. Look it up. If any of this resonates with you, please, by all means, look it up. Go look it up and see for yourself. See for yourself. That's it. Leaky gut is exactly what it sounds like. It's leaky gut. Your gut, being your large intestines and your small intestines, are charged with the function of absorbing nutrients that we need. The building blocks for our bodies to function, for all of the organs. And it's also charged with discarding any toxins or any waste products that we don't need. Anything that our body can't use, it's supposed to get rid of it. But not through letting it into our bodies, into the bloodstream, but by discarding it through our urine, through sweating, through our fecal matter. That's the way it discards it. So what happens in leaky gut syndrome is, let's say in the lining of our intestines, they were like these trap doors that open and close and allow the good toxins and the good chemicals and all the good nutrients that we need into our body. So our linings, we have our linings and they have all these trap doors. Now what's happening is that the trap doors are starting to misfunction, malfunction rather, and it's allowing everything in. Things are getting under, they're not closing properly, they're getting eaten away, and things are getting into our body. And what's happening is our immune systems are getting activated, and they're taking charge, and they're fighting off these toxins and these free radicals and anything that is considered bad by our bodies. Now, the thing about medicine is that they'll have you believe that, your autoimmune is just your body is in autoimmune state, meaning that it's just fighting itself for no reason. It just activated itself. That is not accurate. These bodies that we have are designed and are flawless in their execution, so that you can believe if your body's immune system was activated, it was actually going after something that it needed to be going after. Now, but the problem is that once it gets rid of all of the bad toxins, it doesn't know when to stop, and it's almost like a blind warrior, and it just goes on a killing spree. It just kills because that's its function. And so unless we have enough of the good bacteria to keep it in check, called antioxidants, if we don't have enough of the antioxidants, the bad bacteria, they just go crazy and they take over and they just start killing and doing too much. So there's four main causes of leaky gut, and the first one is one that I always talk about and highlight, and that's poor diet. I can't say it enough. But the thing about with diet is that right now, about 2/3 of all the food that's produced has some sort of the genetically modified technology in it. So that soy, corn, wheat, barley, rye, those things are now being produced with the genetic technology, meaning that these foods, these seeds now are being patented to be an herbicide and a pesticide all in one. If you have a moment, take a listen to my Monsanto presentation. It'll give you a little bit of background information, and then again, like I said, go and do the research for yourself so that you can understand a little bit about BT proteins and Terminator technology. So this is the food that we're eating. We are eating the same technology. The GMOs mostly produce lectin. And lectin, what it does is it eats away the stomach lining of bugs, so it kills them. And, bugs are organic, and we're organic too. So when we eat it, it almost has the same effect, except that it doesn't kill us right away because we're bigger, but it does erode our lining. It does erode our stomach lining. And that's one of the side effects of the genetically modified food. And, a lot of doctors are not going to talk about it because then they can't pump and push their other medicines that are going to be like little Band-Aids, but it's not what we need. What we need is to stop with the genetically modified agriculture. That needs to stop, but that's another segment. So anyway, sugar. Most of the food that we consume is overladen with sugar. Sugar wreaks havoc on our systems. If most of us are in the situation that I think we are in, most of us don't have enough good bacteria in our intestines to fight off to fight off the bad bacteria. And what's happening is that the bad bacteria is thriving off of the sugar that we're consuming. And this bad bacteria's got it good. It's got it made. We're not eating good, healthy food. We're eating a lot of junk, basically. And like I said, the sugar feeds the bad bacteria. So then the bad bacteria is like a party inside of our body. They just go and do anything. And there's where we have instances of all autoimmune diseases. As a matter of fact, leaky gut is supposedly charged with causing a lot of the autoimmune diseases, chronic fatigue, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, Addison's disease, Crohn's disease, thyroiditis, lupus. All of those diseases are supposedly triggered by leaky gut. So like I said, what happens is we don't have enough of the good bacteria to fight off the bad bacteria. And so there's an imbalance, which is also another one of the causes of leaky gut. When we take antibiotics, unfortunately, our the Western doctors are pushers. I hate to say it, they're pushers. They push pills. And, you go to the doctor, you say, oh, doc, such and such is wrong with me. They're going to give you antibiotics. Now, antibiotics can be good, but they're really bad. Antibiotics, the word alone, antibiotic means against life. Anti means against, and biotic means life. So it's against life, antibiotics. So we ingest these antibiotics, and it does what it's supposed to do. It goes after all cells, all good and bad. It doesn't discriminate. It's not prejudice at all. So it goes against the good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria. And unfortunately, that's what causes that imbalance. We need some good bacteria in our guts to break down the bad bacteria and discard it. Like when our bodies are selecting the good nutrients, the bad stuff still stays there, but it has to get broken down so it can get discarded. But if we don't have enough, then, when that trap door opens, instead of, 10 good things going through, it's going to be like 10 bad things going through because there was only one little minute good thing there. So we've got to get the balance back in check. How we do that is with probiotics. Introduce probiotics into your system. Probiotics, natural probiotics would be like yogurt, live cultured yogurt. Not the flavored one, because the flavored one has a lot of sugar. But just, if you can take plain yogurt, if you can't take it plain and you need some flavor, cut some fruit. Don't get fruit. Don't get pre-made fruit additives like that. Use fresh fruit if you have to have some flavor in there, or nuts, anything. Add some granola, add some nuts to it to give it some flavor. Yogurt is a good source. Another thing that you can do to promote that balance is minerals. Unfortunately, our lifestyles are very stressful. Some people live with chronic stress. That's another one of the causes of leaky gut. Some of us live with chronic stress, and what that stress does is it depletes our mineral stores in our bodies. It depletes our zinc, it depletes our copper, it depletes our magnesium. We drink calcium. We think, oh, we need calcium, but you need magnesium for the calcium to metabolize in your body. But it's getting too technical, I know, but mineralize. You've got to supplement your body by taking additional copper, by taking additional magnesium, by taking additional zinc. You can, promote that balance back in your body. So now finally is a toxin overload. Because the foods are mostly processed, it's void of any nutrients. They suck out all the nutrients to make it cook quicker. They suck out all the nutrients to make it dehydrate. So that they can package it, so that it can remain on the shelves. Then they infuse it with all these preservatives, and it's not good. It's not healthy. It's just not healthy. Pesticides, unfortunately, and the herbicides, unfortunately, they leach into our water systems. And their solution for that is to treat it with chlorine and fluoride. Yes, and then we drink this, and again, toxins in our system. And it's like, we're supposed to be able to drink the water. We need it, but we can't because it's intoxicated. So what do? Get yourself a good carbon filter. That's all you need. You've got to filter the water. There are no ifs and buts around it anymore. You've got to drink good quality water. And then, for the inflammation that the toxins cause, because that's part of it, get herbs. Try to use ginger. Try to use turmeric, cinnamon, things like that, natural herbs that are going to help alleviate the inflammation in your body and that are not toxic. So I guess that's really it. I know I ran through here like a hit and run, but like I said, these are just to stimulate your thought processes, to get you thinking in the way of helping yourself, and in the way of saying, well, wow, that really makes sense, because my diet may be high in caffeine, or maybe you drink a lot of soda. Soda is like one of the top no-nos. If I were to compile a list of no-nos of what not to eat, soda is going to be in the top 3. Please, people, if you don't listen to anything else that I say to you, stop drinking soda. Soda is like a double, triple whammy, all right? It's got the caffeine and it's got the sugar. You don't need any of it. It breaks down your body. It really does. You might not think so because you're gaining weight, but it's not any kind of a good weight. It's a dead weight. It's an unhealthy weight. Please, if you listen to anything that I say, stop drinking soda immediately, and caffeine. So again, that is leaky gut. Just a quick run through. Poor diet, chronic stress, toxin overload, and imbalance of bacteria in our bodies is what leads to leaky gut. We want to balance our systems. We want to, if you're on antibiotics, you want to take probiotics. If your system is getting a toxic overload, you want to almost irrigate it with good quality water. Charcoal filter, absolutely essential and necessary. Look it up. Chronic stress, stop worrying. It's going to be all right. The one thing I know about each day is that it's pretty much the same as the day before. Okay, so if you're going to your job and you've been on your job 20 years and you go in every day, you're like, why? You've been there 20 years. You should be able to do that job with your eyes closed. There is nothing to stress about there. Plain facts. And then poor diet, like I said, try to be mindful of the things that you're eating. Try to look for things that say gluten free. Unfortunately, it seems like a trend and a fad, but there's some credence in a lot of these fads. Gluten, you want something that's gluten and lectin free as much as possible. You want food that are free of GMOs as much as possible. So that's it in a nutshell. Leaky gut. Again, thank you for watching. If you like my video, by all means like it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can be in my higher frequency loop. I do want to recommend that you take a listen to my Monsanto segment, just to get a little background information on genetically modified produce. Okay, and thank you again for watching. Blessings.